Having the job title as an Abercrombie and Fitch model may sound glamorous at first, but let me tell you what the job is really like. I got my job for some extra cash during my college years. I greeted and helped customers, folded clothes, and ran the cash registers. I realized that education is the key to not working minimum wage jobs for the rest of my life. Developed life skills that helped make me more independent and made wonderful friends. And I realized that no matter how glamorous the job may sound, not everything is as it seems. Today I would like to share with you how I got the job, what I did as the Abercrombie and Fitch model, and what I took away from this job. First, I'd like to tell you all how I got the job. One day, while I was shopping at the Florida Mall, I walked into Abercrombie and Fitch and was approached by 3 workers. All of them said the same thing in different ways. Would you be interested in becoming an Abercrombie and Fitch model? Hey, you should really consider working for us, and come fill out this application. I smiled and told them that I was a full-time student and that I wasn't interested in a job at the moment, but I thanked them graciously. I attempted to continue on with my shopping, but I didn't get very far. An incredibly attractive man approached me and flashed his pearly whites as he stuck his hand out and said, "Hi, I'm Brett, the store manager. Could I have a moment of your time outside of the store?" They were all very pushy, almost scripted on what to say and when to say it. Brett was quick to point out all of the benefits of the job. Great discounts, extra cash, short weekend shifts, carpooling with coworkers, making great friends, and paid lunches. He even told me about how taking this job would open doors to many opportunities for me, such as being featured in store catalogs, in photo shoots, and taking trips for modeling retreats. I remember feeling ambushed and took the job for some extra cash, and that's how it all began. Now that I told you how I got the job, I'd like to tell you what I actually did on the job. At first, I was the front door girl. My job was to smile and wave at every single customer that walked in the door and ask them how their day was going. If I wasn't busy, I would fold clothes and periodically spritz the store with their fierce cologne. After a while, my job was to help customers find anything and everything that they needed, fold every single item of clothing in each room, run all of the cash registers lightning fast, mop all of the floors, clean the bathroom, and they even expected me and the other models to take out the bathroom trash to the dumpsters. It was like we were their slaves if they could get away with paying only minimum wage. I caught on fast, but by that time, I had made so many friends at work that I stuck around. Now that I told you what I did during my shift, I'd like to tell you what I took away from this job. I developed life skills that helped make me a more independent person. After being forced to talk to strangers that walked into my designated room, conversing with complete strangers became a little bit more natural to me. I also learned how to stick up for myself and told my managers when I didn't agree with something. Most of us are used to doing whatever our boss tells us to do at our job when they tell us to do it. However, I realized that the Abercrombie and Fitch wanted all of us to look and act the same. They told us exactly what to say and when to say it. They had all of these crazy rules. Our nails weren't allowed to be painted. Our hair had to be worn down. We had to buy and wear plaid shirts, dark skinny jeans, brown flip-flops, and a brown belt. For a company that paid their workers minimum wage, forcing us to buy and wear plaid shirts that were $70 for a uniform seemed a bit absurd to me. On a good note, I made amazing friends with coworkers and managers. This job contributed to my college career because I had a blast partying with my friends and managers from work. They have a no fraternizing rule, which means that employees can't hang out with their managers outside of work. But because I no longer work store shifts, this rule doesn't apply to me. I'm able to go to the gym and work out with my totally ripped managers, go downtown, get free cover and drink specials to all the bars that my managers bartend at, and we even have the occasional holiday and birthday parties. Although I can't say I enjoyed being slaved away like a field mule, the friends I made from this job compensate for the most part. After working here, I also learned that no matter how glamorous a job may sound, not everything is as it seems, and that education is the key to not working minimum wage jobs for the rest of my life. Now that I told you how I got the job, what I did on the job, and what I took away from it all, I hope I was able to tell you what the behind-the-scenes view of being an Abercrombie & Fitch model is really like. I hope that if you are ever offered the same position or any position in retail, that you take into consideration my personal experiences and decide for yourself if this is the job for you. Although today I am still in the Abercrombie and Fitch systems, I have not worked actual store shifts in months, and am only available for in-store model photo shoots when needed. This way, I can spend more of my time focusing on my education that will ultimately land me a job that doesn't pay minimum wage. At the same time, I get to keep my employees' discounts. I hope I was able to inform you all about my job as Abercrombie and Fitch model, what I did at work, and what I took away from it all.
Let's talk to Anna. What are we telling her that's good for her to hear?
You have very smooth posture. It flows very nicely throughout each point.
I found it interesting with the perfume. It's like scared me a little bit, but it was cool. Like
I get that from a lot of people. They're like, they back up a little bit.
You said that it's not all glamorous and you kind of clean the bathrooms and it wasn't as fun as you thought it would be.
And you made good eye contact and moved a lot, so definitely.
And you were like really organized, so.
Thank you.
I like how your uniform was a big part of the speech and how you brought that in.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I'm sorry. I like how your uniform was like kind of a big part of the speech basically. And
Thank you.
Suggestions for Anna?
Maybe posture. Like sometimes I saw you like shifting from one foot to the other.
Maybe speak a little bit louder. I heard you fine, but I don't know how in the back if I hear you much.
Maybe when you were transitioning, maybe pause a little bit more in between. I know you're worried about time, but between you may want to just have a longer pause, like when you reach your conclusion and kind of just like straight in.
And I think you had some really good pieces with your speech. You had a clear thesis at the beginning. You previewed super well. I like that you brought in your attire. I think you even said, look, the $70 shirt's kind of ridiculous if I'm making minimum wage. And so piecing that all together, a day's worth of wages is a lot for just even the shirt, let alone the rest of it. I think your language use is really well, too. I didn't really hear much in terms of filler words, but you were very careful with your language, and I thought it was really good. And the stories you're telling are interesting, and I think there's a really good piece that you're bringing. Things that I would suggest is a bit of what you're already hearing, just a little bit louder. Your voice is very soft. And so just as you project louder, then the whole audience is able to hear the cool stuff that you're saying. And there's times, too, where you're a little bit in your notes and you're reading. You had a good amount of eye contact, but there's times where you're reading your notes a little bit. And as much as you can, to glance down and come right back to your audience to give good eye contact. But you were very organized. I thought you held that very well. I think that you drew a guess, again, with the clear thesis statement at the beginning. And anything else for Anna?